The thing with mnemonics are that it's a little tricky to set up. But once you set it up correctly, you can honestly remember that piece of information forever. You can recall it at will. Every now and then, I spook out some of my childhood friends. Because back in my days, when I was roughly 8 to 9 years old, we didn't have cell phones like we know today. If you wanted to talk to your friends, what you had to do was you had to remember their number or at least write it on a notepad. Then you actually had to call them. One of my good friends, I chilled with him a couple of weeks back, and we hadn't chilled for years. It's because he moved to a completely different part of the world, and he was visiting. As soon as I saw him, the first thing I said to him was his number from 8 years old. And he was just like, "What the heck? How do you remember that?" The reason that I remembered that was because as a little kid, I would write it down on a piece of paper, but I'd always lose the piece of paper. So eventually, I just kept remembering it, and I started to create these little stories with each number, and I connected these numbers to form his phone number. To this day, I remember this. Just think about it. Over 2 decades later, that mnemonic is still remembered. So the thing with creating mnemonics is you want to understand what piece of information that you really want to recall. And once you create that mnemonic, it creates this strong mental impression in your mind that may allow you to remember this piece of information forever.